All right, returning now to our top story this morning, a closer look at the results of the New Brunswick election and the first ever female elected to lead the province. I want to bring in political analyst at the University of New Brunswick, JP Lewis. Good morning. Good to see you today. So Susan Holt has become the new premier. Why did her campaign message resonate with voters?
Well, I think she had there's a clear opportunity. The Higgs government was pretty unpopular for the last couple of years. There was a lot of turmoil within the Progressive Conservative Party, within the caucus, within cabinet. Higgs had a number of high-profile resignations from cabinet where ministers on their way out not only disagreed with the policy positions, but also disagreed with Higgs' style. Susan Holt also successfully dealt with, the Liberal brand across the country. The Liberal brand isn't as popular as it once was, but they really focused on this was about Susan Holt. On the signage, there was Team Holt. She barely ever said the word Liberal. So that was an interesting playbook of how to do that successfully while the Liberal Party across the country isn't where it used to be.
She's a relative newcomer, yet the Liberals were able to pull off a majority. Was that expected?
I think, the polls have been showing the Liberals up for a fair bit, but, in parts of the province where the Liberals were able to pick up seats, especially the towns north of St. John, that included the Premier's riding, Quispamsis, the Minister of Justice riding, Ted Fleming and Rossay. So those ridings were really surprise pickups. And basically, the Liberals were able to win the cities and the suburbs, and that was their route to that majority government. We still saw the traditional electoral map of the Liberals doing well in the Francophone North and the Progressive Conservatives doing well in the Anglophone South. But the cities, going in, we thought the cities would tell the story of the night, and they sure did.
So Blaine Higgs lost his seat. He said that he will step aside. There's going to be obviously a race now for a new leader. Can you talk to us about Higgs' legacy?
Well, I think, as someone who was premier during the pandemic, I think that's in the first paragraph. That played a big role in Higgs winning re-election in 2020. But, he was finance minister under David Alward. He was premier for 6 years. I think, his style of politics was notable in this day and age of scripted politics and sticking on message. It would get him into trouble at times. But he was definitely, I think, an interesting interview for folks asking him about policy, about process. Another part of the legacy is that he definitely took the party to the right. And that risk did not pay off last night. And it really opens up existential questions for this party as they go to choose a new leader and which way this party will go, whether it will track a bit back to the center or continue down the path that Higgs was taking them.
JP Lewis, glad you could be with us today. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. JP Lewis is a political analyst.